So, there is a hit show out right now. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called Yellowstone. And while I can't fully endorse it on here due to there being a lot of language, some adult content, but there have been some amazing quotes that really have caused me just to think. And so, for the next several weeks, I'm going to dive into some of these quotes and just talk through their application to business and life. It's amazing what, if you really just pay attention to what characters are saying, it can lead you to some amazing conversations. So, good afternoon, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining. Thomas Joyner with Business on Purpose here. Excited to dive back in with you after what I hope is a great Thanksgiving week. So, why Yellowstone? Why pick a show that's basically the Wild West version of a soap opera? Instead of sarcastic words, they use guns, right? Well, because all of life is learning. And I feel like in watching it, I'm learning and using this stuff to make sure that I'm not off my axis in any area of my life. I want to take it and learn. That's why one of our core values here at Business on Purpose is relentless learning, because in every situation in life, we want to listen first, process all of it, and then learn and implement from that. So that's what we're going to do today. So before the quote, some backstory in case you haven't watched it to kind of catch you up to speed. So Casey, one of the main characters, is this guy kind of haunted by his past, right? Trying to save his marriage, and he takes a new job as the livestock commissioner in Montana. And so really the aim of that is to help rural farmers and cattle ranchers right there in the local area in any way possible. So he comes home one afternoon, and his wife looks at him, and she says this. She says, "You really love this new job, don't you?" And Casey's response is what really struck me. He said, "I feel like for the first time I'm fighting for people. And I like having somebody to fight for rather than something. Because when you fight for a thing, the thing doesn't care if you win or lose because the thing ain't alive. But when you fight for people, they care." How powerful is that? When you fight for people, they care. You know, taking it a step further, I wonder what you're fighting for. When you look out over the next several years of business, what is it you want and what is it you want to fight for? And if you get it and you hold on to it and you put it in your hands, do you think, kind of looking back, that it will actually make you happy? Will you be satisfied, or will you just kick the can further down the road knowing that you missed the mark and wishing that you'd put a different bullseye on the wall? See, here's the interesting thing that we've seen over the last several years. Money cannot be that object. Yes, it's great to have all of your expenses covered. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about some extravagant number. No, history's littered with people who have absolutely made it financially. And they're just as miserable today as they were 10 years ago when they were getting by and they had their needs met. You see, we've seen numerous businesses make it, doing more business than they ever thought and bringing home life-changing money. But if the relationships in their business aren't sound, if all isn't well at home, if their marriage is struggling, well, it may help, but it doesn't satisfy. No, they're sitting there wondering, hey, I've got everything I ever could have asked for, and yet it's still not enough. Look at shows like Shark Tank. These billionaires sit in on these presentations just to try to add a few more millions to their portfolio because all they know is that, well, maybe to be satisfied, I need a little bit more. So what if we flipped the script this year and started chasing after what we really want and spent some time thinking through what we really want? And that's healthy relationships and equipping the people around us. Because you never sit with somebody right at their deathbed and they say, "I wish I'd made more money in my life," or "I wish I'd worked 5, 8, 10 more hours a week. God, why wasn't I at the office more?" No, that never happens. People always wish they'd spent more time with their loved ones, with their friends, with their family, and invested in the people around them. So I want to ask the tough question. What does that look like practically? Because we can put this kind of pie in the sky thought out there of, oh, invest in people. But if we don't boil it down and talk about it practically, it doesn't exist. So is it sitting down with your employees and hearing them out, maybe figuring out what are their dreams and can you help them achieve their dreams? Is it planning some team days where you do speed dating, get everybody in a circle and really get to know each other? Maybe put some silly questions, some serious questions, some hard questions down, and everybody asks somebody a question. Is it a team day at the go-kart track to just have some laughter, some community, and just kind of blow off some steam after a tough year in 2021? Maybe there's some serious work that needs to be done on the culture of your business so that your team knows you care about them. Do you forget birthdays, anniversaries? Do you acknowledge big wins in their lives and celebrate hard work? Or is your team just punching in, punching out, just waiting for the next Friday afternoon at 5 when they can go home, or waiting on the next federal holiday when they know, man, I'm finally going to get another day off work? No, you spend too much time at work to not invest in the people around you. That's why I love that quote, because it's money, products, your business. It doesn't care if you win or you lose. I hope you hear me say that. Money, your products, your business does not care if you win or you lose because it's just a thing. It doesn't care either way. But people always care. So start fighting for the right things so that years from now you can look back and realize you were working for the right stuff all that time. So that when you see the people succeed and success is just lying right there in the palm of your hand, you won't be wishing you fought for something else and wondering, man, I just wasted 5 years chasing after something that doesn't really satisfy. No, invest in the people around you and the people you really want to get more time with. People care if you fight for them. It's good stuff today. Hey, I hope that makes sense. Obviously, would love to be a part of that conversation if you'd like to invite us in. If not, keep enjoying this. Keep subscribing to our podcast and our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We would love to hear what you're doing with your team to make sure that your relationships really matter. So thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.